Oh, this video is not about me giving you a workout plan or telling you how to use bent dumbbells, kettlebells, how to run, all that stuff. This video is for me to ask you a simple question and for you to think about what your answer is, which is, why do you want to get fit? Why do you want to work out? Why do you want to build muscles or get abs and all those things? Why do you want it? By answering that, you might actually be able to solve how you can actually get fit. Let me explain. I want to start this off by explaining a certain concept. It's a concept I read in this book, which is called The Art of the Impossible. And in this, the author talks about our drivers, stuff which drives us ahead. Now, there are extrinsic drivers or external drivers, and there are intrinsic drivers or internal drivers. Stuff which motivates us, stuff which actually pushes us to do what we do, to work towards achieving what we want to achieve. Most of us start off with external drivers. In many ways, we want to attract someone, make ourselves more desirable. We also want to work towards, appearing a certain way. We want to get fame. We believe that visual appeal in many ways will make us more appealing in general, which give us more confidence and so on and so forth. But the problem with external drivers is that they're external. As your environment changes, those might change. You might not have people around who you want to attract. So does that really then motivate you to work out? You might not necessarily have the opportunity, or you might just feel, okay, I'm never going to be famous anyway, so why bother? So you will not focus on it again. And so on and so forth. So most times in life, we start off with the environment telling us that we need to be fitter, we need to be healthier, we need to be all those things. But as that environment changes, we kind of let that go a little bit. We think it's fine. All the people around us say, no, it's fine to have a meal which is unhealthy or to not work out today. And someone says that, you kind of go with that. You don't necessarily, because the motivation is not intrinsic, it's not internal. And that's where the true way to build a fit life really starts. It's saying, what are my internal drivers? What are the reasons why I want to drive myself to be fitter for life? Now, let's look at the intrinsic drivers. What are the things that drive us? We're passionate about something. We have a sense of curiosity about something. We might want to find some meaning and purpose in our lives. And also in some ways, we want to find autonomy, right? We want to have control over our own lives. And the one thing you have control over is yourself. So let's start with that. And I'll tell you about how I found my internal drivers and how I'm kind of working towards this challenge I've given myself to be the fittest version of me by the time I turn 40. So let me first tell you about my story. So I grew up a scrawny kid. I was this guy who was always the thin guy around. Always kind of, everyone always said, oh, you become so thin. Or why didn't you put on some muscle? Or you should play a sport. You should go to the gym. I went through the standard route everybody had, but go find one gym, find a trainer, do your bench press, do your chest and triceps on one day, do your back and biceps on the other day, all that stuff, right? Try to lift weights, try to build biceps, right? We want all guys want to show their biceps. And I used to always find it tough to put on muscle because I always found it tough to put on weight. And I know for a lot of you, they might say, one second, you have trouble putting on weight, that's a blessing. But to many people who are hard gainers like me, who take time, it's not like we can't not be unhealthy. We can easily put on a paunch and can have all of that, but we generally in like shoulders, chest, all that stuff, we don't necessarily put on over there. So that's what I had. So for the longest time, my only thing was, oh, I want to look muscular, I want to look bulky, I want to look like one of those bodybuilders you follow. I've always followed people from like, you read books on Arnold, you followed Dwayne Johnson, Sylvester Stallone, all these guys who you idolized from a visual perspective. Oh, I want to look like them. So you work towards bulking up. You work towards doing that. And I went through that for years. I've had injuries on my rotator cuff. I've had, issues on my knees, but kept doing it because I always wanted my visual of myself. What I wanted to achieve was a bulkier version of me. That guy with big biceps, big chest and big shoulders. And I actually got there. But when I got there, I didn't feel healthy. But in some way, I thought I was satisfied with it. And then I was asked a question by my wife Pooja, because she turned around to me and she said, and this happened when we'd had our daughter Leah and I was carrying our daughter around, but she was a tiny baby, but I used to get tired carrying her around for too long. I'd be huffing and puffing. I used to also have moments where, you're carrying a baby on your arms, your biceps start to hurt, and my biceps were like reasonably larger than what they are right now. And she said, what's the point of these muscles if you can't just do this? It became almost like a pivotal point in my life. It became a point when I said, okay, one second. Instead of being visually appealing, I had found an internal driver, which was the fact that I wanted to do certain things physically, and that didn't necessarily demand me to have big puffy muscles. It demanded me to be fit. And so I started with that. I started with that point saying, okay, what do I really want to do? I want to be able to lift my daughter up as long as I can. I want to be able to play with her for long stretches and not feel tired. To build my stamina up, I want to be able to run. I want to be able to jump. I want to be able to lift weight. I genuinely enjoy lifting weight, but I want to lift weight with the right technique, so I can feel like I'm lifting it and not feel like I'm lifting it. There's a difference there. And a lot of us do the second one, right? We always say, okay, I've done this. And you come back home and you feel like death. A workout's supposed to make you feel good. And you don't want to come back home feeling like death. So I started with that. And I figured out a 3-pronged strategy or a 3-focus strategy for me to be fitter. And I'm going to tell you about that right now. My 3-pronged strategy was that I wanted to evolve how I lift better. I wanted to enhance how functionally fit I was in terms of how I could move. Was I agile enough? Could I balance myself on one foot for long enough? Could I, do many things which require your body to be functional and not worry about, oh, I can't do this or I can't lift and all that stuff. And I wanted to be able to run. I've always been terrible at running. I lose stamina or I just feel some pain in my knees or my feet. I have flat feet. I have knees that go like this. They're slightly curved. So I have to be careful. I want to evolve the way I lift. I want to enhance how functional I am. And I want to embark on a journey to be able to run. Evolve, enhance, embark. These 3 things. Sit down right now. Put these 3 words down. What have you been doing which you want to kind of evolve, want to make it more interesting to what you want to achieve? What do you want to enhance? What do you feel like in terms of your body? What do you feel it needs? Do you need to be more functionally fit where you can move better? Do you need it to be in some ways trimmed down? What do you want to enhance in terms of what you've already been doing? The third thing is, what have you never been able to do which you said, okay, I want to start off today. I want to start today and do this. And for me, it's been running. I've spent the last week trying to run at a slower pace. I've come to about a 3.5 kilometer run now. This isn't much for most people, but I'm like, okay, I've been able to do that, not feeling exhausted at the end of it, feeling good at the end of it. And at the end of the day, it comes down to one thing. You'll only figure out what you want to evolve, enhance, and embark on if you put down and say, what do I really want to do? Why do I want to be fit? I want to be fit because I want to be able to go for a run with all my friends, go on a cycling trip somewhere. I want to be able to lift stuff around the house and not worry about it. I want to be able to carry those big grocery bags and not heave and pant if I have to just walk up the stairs. I want to be able to do things which people have told me that might be impossible for me to do because I've not been able to do it. It could be anything for you. The problem is that we never write that down and we start off with the external driver. So right now, take a piece of paper, take anything, take a phone out and write down why you want to be fit. And after that, write down from what you're doing already, what do you want to embark on, what do you want to enhance, and what do you want to evolve. And therein might lie the secret of how you can be fitter by really understanding why you want to be fitter. That's it for this video from me. If you find this content interesting, it's a little different from what I've been putting out in the recent past. Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also, don't forget to put down these points. And I'm going to end it by picking up this random dumbbell which I had. I just want to balance the dumbbell on my hand. I don't think. Not bad. Okay, I don't know why you're still here. Okay, bye.